Emmanuel Haro's mom says she was in a Big Five parking lot changing his diaper on Thursday when someone hit her on the head, knocking her out. When she came to, her baby was gone.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and a warm welcome if you're new, honey. So today we are going to get into this crazy story of a child in Yapaica that got abducted right from the mother's arms, the mother's watch. Apparently someone hit her upside the head, and as of now, her and her husband's story is looking a little bit shaky. So if you're ready to get into this story, just stay tuned. A mom by the name of Emmanuel Haro is now in the spotlight because she had to report her son missing on Thursday, October 14th at around 7:45 p.m. in Yapaica. For those who don't know, Yapaica is a city. It's about 20 miles southeast of downtown San Bernardino. Because of the way that Rebecca and her husband Jake explained the whole situation, it was pretty clear that this was super serious. So deputies from everywhere came to reach out. There were deputies from San Bernardino and also Riverside County present as well. Miss Haro said to police that she was just standing outside of her truck, changing her son's diaper, when a man assaulted her and knocked her unconscious. She also told authorities that when she came to, her son, Emmanuel Haro, was gone. Police immediately started looking for this infant, and they did note that despite an extensive search, the boy still has not been found. And according to the release, investigators had interviewed with multiple people, including Miss Haro and the boy's father, Jake Haro. During those interviews, Rebecca was confronted with inconsistencies in her initial statement and declined to continue with the interview. At this point in the investigation, investigators are unable to rule out foul play and the disappearance of Emmanuel. So Rebecca told the story about how Emmanuel disappeared 2 different times, and I want you guys to pay attention to every single detail that you can, okay? So let's go ahead and go over the initial video.
Says it all happened Thursday evening around 7. She, her husband, and their 2 other children were at a nearby park for their older son's football practice. She says she drove over to this Big Five store to buy a mouth guard for her older son.
I came over here, I parked right here in this edge. When I was coming over here, I smelled the baby went to the restroom. It's like, okay, Papa, don't worry, we're gonna change you.
Rebecca says she took out a diaper and laid the baby down next to the car seat. She only remembers a voice she heard.
I was gonna get the diaper and somebody said, hola. And I didn't see nothing since. I woke up right here on the floor and I didn't see Emmanuel.
Rebecca says she woke up with a black eye and her baby gone. She searched around the car, ran into the store, then called 911.
Everybody came, the dogs, helicopter.
But no sign of Emmanuel and no witness to what may have happened.
Whoever took my son, please return him. We just want him back. We won't do anything to you. We just give us our son. Just keep him safe. Don't hurt him. Make sure you feed him, change him.
Emmanuel's father, Jake, says his family does not have any enemies and can't imagine who or why anyone would take their baby.
If you know anything, please come forward or take him to the cops or please let us know anything, please.
I don't know, y'all. So I'm really into true crime. I'm really into like body cam videos, just different types of crimes where they document a bunch of different type of people. And I am not saying this for a fact. This is all my speculation, but it's coming off a little bit performative to me. And normally when I see parents of missing children, it's almost like they're trying to contain their hurt and their pain. It's like these people are kind of like purposefully being a little bit over the top. And I mean, I understand your child is missing. However, it does just strike a little bit of a side eye, a little bit of a question to me, especially coupled with the fact that there have been inconsistencies in her story. And guess what? Now she has decided to fully stop cooperating with police. It's not just her though. Her husband and Emmanuel's grandmother have not responded to any calls or text messages about the disappearance. And on top of that, according to court records, Mr. Haro Jake Haro, the husband, the dad, was found guilty of willful child cruelty in 2023. And he was sentenced, to 180 days in county jail, y'all. So, like, I don't know. And also, they say that the eyes never lie. And these people have not shedded not one tear. And yes, I understand some people done cry they can't cry no more. I get that. Some people are just numb completely, which is something else that I have commonly seen when it's like a disappearance or something. It's just like they can't even process it, But these people, I don't know. I don't know. I smell something fishy in the water, and I hope that's not the case. I hope that they find this child, and I hope he's safe. Something just tells me that they did something. They did something they wasn't supposed to do. And also, one thing I do want to add is it's very uncommon, number one, for a trafficker or a kidnapper to take a kid in broad daylight and fight the mother over the child. Normally, it's more like a stealthy approach. Like they see a kid wandering around, they just kind of scoop them up and walk off, because the last thing they're trying to do is cause a scene. Second of all, and I don't mean this by like saying it by any disrespect, but normally people who are like trafficking and kidnapping kids, you can tell that this kid does need a little bit more like extra care. Normally they go for kids that typically like don't have disabilities, because that's going to be something else that they have to consider and take care of if they are looking to, kidnap that child, unfortunately, for any reason. I hate to say it, but it's just the truth. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into the second version of her telling this story.
The 7-month-old was reported missing by his mother, allegedly kidnapped on Thursday of last week in a Big 5 parking lot in Yucaipa.
Someone said hola to me, and that's all I remember. I woke up on this floor, panicking for my son because I couldn't find him. I looked around the truck. If you see anything or hear anything, please come forward. I'm begging you, please. Bring my son back to me.
Detectives now say Rebecca's initial story has inconsistencies, and when confronted, say she ended her interview, adding that Emmanuel's parents have stopped cooperating with the investigation. The father's attorney tells me that couldn't be farther from the truth.
I can tell you that Jake and his wife have not slept. They have not ate. They are doing everything in their power to try to find their son. The major concern at this point is, how do you find your son when law enforcement has your vehicle? Law enforcement has every way that you can contact the outside world. How do they participate in the search? They're limited financial means, and it's very clear that their own community is going against them without any definitive evidence that they did anything wrong.
Court records show Jake pled guilty to child cruelty charges in a separate 2018 case out of Riverside County. He's currently on probation for those charges after he was convicted and jailed in 2023.
He is currently on probation for that case. He did not serve 4 years in state prison as being reported. He reached that deal through a plea agreement, so he did plead guilty. He acknowledged his role in that situation, and there was more than one person convicted. None of that has been relayed through the media whatsoever.
Hughes tells me the family received a tip over the weekend, a possible sighting of baby Emmanuel out of Bakersfield, and claims that law enforcement hasn't followed up on it. Well, I checked this morning with sheriff's officials here in San Bernardino who say detectives have been made aware of that tip but won't comment any further, saying the investigation is ongoing. Live in San Bernardino this morning, I'm Mario Ramirez. Back to you.
All right, Mario, we'll stay on top of that for sure. Thank you.
Okay, so first I want to address some things that the attorney said. So number one, if someone has child abuse, child endangerment, charges, and their child goes missing, of course we're going to have questions. Of course we're going to be asking, well, okay, what's going on? And we're going to side eye the daddy, because you just had these charges and you're currently on probation for them. Okay. Number two, I think it's very weird how they are obviously able to contact the attorney. However, they're not able to contact police with that same type of energy in order to help contribute to the search of their missing child. And finally, I noticed that the attorney said that there was no type of record on the internet or social media indicating that the father didn't serve 4 years. However, I just found the post that I showed y'all about his charges that were found guilty in 2023, and last time I checked, that was the internet. Last time I checked, that was social media. Hello, yoo-hoo. So for you to say that it's nowhere on the internet that is documented he didn't do 4 years, that's not true. It's documented that the case started in 2018, and then it's also documented that he was charged and found guilty in 2023. It's also documented that he's currently serving probation for it. So I don't even know what you're talking about. All right, so I don't know if you guys saw the same performative stuff that I saw, but let's just run back a little clip of it to show you what I'm talking about.
Someone said hola to me, and that's all I remember. I woke up on this floor, panicking for my son because I couldn't find him. I looked around the truck. If you see anything or hear anything, please come forward. I'm begging you, please. Bring my son back to me.
See, no, because for some reason the end of that video gave me chills, and I don't even know why, but it was something about her stare. It was just, I don't know, it was creepy. I just didn't like it. But like I said earlier, I hope that this is really not the case. I hope that they find this child, but it is just a couple of telltale signs that tell me that something is just weird with these people, especially the woman, especially with the way that she's looking and the way she's staring. But I don't know. I digress. Anyway, I saw some posts on Twitter and Facebook just to see what people were saying, what was buzzing around. So let's take a look at that. Madeline K's tweet said that it is important to note the father of the child has guilty charges of child cruelty, suspended sentence. This is staged. Note the mother saying there's no cameras over here. This sounds premeditated. Bruises too dark, not recent. So first, let's talk about it, all right? Number one, the guilty charges of child cruelty, suspended sentence. The entire case or the entire sentence was not suspended. The 4-year sentence was in fact suspended. What he ended up serving and what he was sentenced was 180 days. Now, let's go to the next point. Saying this is staged, note mother saying there's no cameras over there. It sounds premeditated. So I did my research. Y'all know I like to dig. I like to do my little due diligence, honey. Okay. I looked up and down, back and forth. I didn't see anything where the mother herself said that there was no cameras over there. What I saw multiple times from multiple different sources was that the investigators of the case actually said that there was no cameras in the retail parking lot. So to be clear, from what I found, it wasn't her saying that there was no cameras. It was in fact the detectives and the investigators that were making that statement. From what I assume, they probably went to try and go see if they can get some surveillance footage, and then they found out later on, probably by the store owners, that there is no camera footage around that area of the parking lot. Someone else chimed in on Facebook, and they said that baby was energetic, happy, playful. He looks like he's almost in a vegetative state. I wonder when was the last time he had a doctor's visit. Maybe it's possible they did this damage to him and they had to get rid of him before doctors saw him like that. Someone else commented back and said, right? I've yet to see that in any of the pictures shared of him. It's obvious he has special needs of some sort, and my guess would be that they couldn't handle his wants, needs, and they're responsible for his disappearance. My heart breaks for that precious baby. Look, I would be lying if I didn't say that I thought the same exact thing. Honestly, I feel the same way, because you mean to tell me that the baby that's only 7 months old that really couldn't get far without your assistance, that's the one that disappeared, not the 2 other able-bodied children that you have that are able to run in and out of the house, grab juice, water, punch, whatever they need. Those children are perfectly fine, but the one that needed you for almost everything, the one that really couldn't get that far without you, the one that needed the most medical assistance is the one that disappeared. I don't know. I'm just saying that's just a little bit, it's just a little bit fishy. That's all I'm gonna say. It's just a little bit of fish. That's all I smell is fish. But anyway, guys, I want you to tell me your thoughts in the comments. And if you made it this far, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that bell. That way you're notified every time I post. And in the meantime, we are going to have a code word. If you made it to the end of the video, it is going to be chicken tendies. No, not chicken tenders, chicken tendies, tendies, okay? All right, but in the meantime, y'all be careful out here because this world is cray-cray. Okay, love you, bye.